Thank you so much for being here today. Maybe God speaks to you in very special, intimate ways. Well, that's the story with my next guest. LaJuana Craft Ryckeley wrote the book Words from God Rising Out of the Ashes. LaJuana is represented by Writers Republic. Welcome, LaJuana. Glad that you're here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
I am very intrigued by the fact that your poetry in this book is God inspired. It's breathed into you. Would you just share what the overall message of your book is about?
Okay. Um, I've lived a very, my family has worked with me going to church. I grew up in church and I've always loved the Lord. And I guess I've just grown up with a prayerful life. And I've gone through a lot of hard times, and the Lord speaks to me during the night and he wakes me up. And I'll go to the computer and I'll write down what I hear him telling me. And I really don't talk to anybody while I'm doing this because it's just me and God. And the next morning I'll reread it. And it's always amazing because you don't know the concept of the whole thing until you get up and you reread it. It's God talking to you.
Is it mostly encouragement? Is that what he's giving you, words of encouragement and wisdom?
Quite a lot of it is, yes. We have a lot of times where I'll be prayerful at night, and then sometimes during the night, the Lord will wake me up, and I'll go to the computer, and He talks to me. But it's after he sometimes he has to encourage me to get up because I'm a little too sleepy.
I understand
But
the middle of the night,
yeah,
maybe that's part of the sacrifice that he's kind of requiring. And that's when he
yes.
knows you'll be quiet and still to hear him. Luana, your encouragement to begin writing came from someone very special in your life. Would you talk about that?
Yes, my mother. My
Mm.
mother, she read to me a lot when I was growing up and sang to me. And by the time I was 18 months old, she said I knew 30 something songs. I was
Wow.
singing either Christian songs or Stephen Foster songs, which I don't know is appropriate anymore.
Mhm.
But I just, I love reading and I love writing stories for other people to enjoy. And I did that a lot while I was a child. My family lived in a very small neighborhood, and the kids would come over and we'd play in the backyard. And to entertain them, they had me tell them stories, and I just
Hmm.
entertained them for hours.
Wow. So your mom was an inspiration, but when you left mom, God gave you the hand of someone who continued that inspiration. Would you speak about Wiley in your life, your husband?
Wiley is like my business manager, but he loves me and he has encouraged me throughout all of my marriage. He saw the poetry that I had written and he knew the hardships that I had gone through in my previous marriage. And he said that he thought it should be published. And we
Wow.
got quite a few of them, one at the time, published in little books here and there. And then we got one published in particular, and it seemed to send us to a poetry convention. And from there, it just got bigger. And so we've just been, I got all of those compiled and put them in the book. But it's been a traveling road. It's been a journey. Um,
And and
Writing this
and his
life
daughter.
story.
And his daughter was a big part of your life too, right?
Yes, yes, Frankie. She came over. She's very much into computer, and anything that I couldn't do, she can. And so she has come over and helped me with organizing. She's very good at organizing, and that's what she does. She just takes
You
the
have
bugs
support
out of
systems.
machines.
Yeah, you've got support systems all around you. It's like God has given you wind beneath his wings with these people in your life. What would you want someone to feel when they read your book and your poetry? What do you hope that they're feeling or they're thinking?
The love of God all around you, and that he's there with you no matter what trial or tribulation you're going through. It just, I have been given a lot of lemonade in life, and as lemons, I should say, and he's helped me to make lemonade out of it. And there's been, a first marriage that didn't work after 25 years,
Mm.
4 children, and struggling to, as a single mom trying to raise them. And I know there's a lot of people out there who have single mom with children, trying to raise them and work and raise them right and put them in the right morals and take them to church. And it's been a struggle, but like I said, God has always been there for me.
Would you do it again the same way? Knowing what you know now, knowing the poetry God has given you because of every step that you've taken, would you do anything different?
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I think I would have done more listening to what my mother had said, knowing what I know now.
Mm.
Um, I didn't always follow the wisdom that I should have followed. I sort of took my own path, and I've learned that taking your own path is not always the best way. And you get to struggle when you take your own path. But
Yeah.
it may not be perfect when you take the right path, but at least it's more stable, I think.
Hmm. Do you feel like there's a connection between your poetry and the Psalms of crying out to God?
Oh yeah.
Why don't you talk about that a little
Oh
bit?
yeah. I have felt related to David all my life. I know what he felt, wandering in the wilderness, trying
Yeah.
to hide from the enemy. It's just been a struggle, and I can see where he would draw nigh to God and him draw nigh to him. I uh, I think that's basically what it's all about, isn't it? You live your life, and you go through each situation, and God is always there for you. And whether you made the right decision or the wrong decision, it's who you lean on in the end, and who you keep focused on. You've got to keep God in the center of your life. And I've learned that over the years. You keep God in the center. He should be
Ye
your focal point
I
in your
think that's
marriage, in your children, in
yes.
in everything you do.
I was gonna say, I think that that's a lot of what your book does, is if you read a little bit each day, that encouragement and understanding that God is the center of your life and starting your day filling your heart with your words from God that were given to you is such an encouragement. And unfortunately, we are out of time, but just share with us where your book is available. Again, you're represented by Writers Republic.
Yes, it's writersrepublic.com, and also on Amazon. I have gone through both of them, and in some bookstores. You can always order it through the bookstores, Barnes and Noble or Books a Million, and places like that.
Well, we're so glad that you joined us. Thank you so much for your encouragement and reminding us to stay single focused and to keep Christ at the center of all that we do, no matter what times we're going through. Luana, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that things go very well for you and your book. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.